Warren Steele hit Henley as they went into the accident situation, but applied the brakes very well in the light car and managed to not damage the back of himself, the front of himself on the back of Henley's car.
I think the person hard done by there is really Phil Henley.
Yes, because that is a championship-winning car from the past. He's driven very well. He's had some problems with a bit of misfiring and that, and here he is out of the race, and he really shouldn't be.
He managed to withstand the shunt in the back, and then seemed to be clear, and Kieran Wills just went round in front of him.
Well, we see Phil is still going on in third position. I'm sure he will have to go very quietly for a couple of laps to make sure the car isn't broken in any way. And Warren Steele is closing in on Jeff Burrows. Warren Steele is a very good race driver, so I would expect as the race wears on, Jeff Burrows maybe to get a bit tired, make a few mistakes, and for Warren Steele to close right in on him, which would be a great surprise because the Sunny is an out-of-date motor car and has been handicapped so that it really shouldn't win, but with Warren Steele's excellent driving, it looks like he'll close right up on his teammate Jeff Burrows.
Rich, I'm surprised that Jeff Burrows, having been clear of that incident at the hairpin, didn't get away and pull out more of a gap.
Well, Jeff is driving to win the championship. He's in the lead in the championship by 2 points from Kieran Wills, and maybe he's looking more at points than he is in being a daredevil and falling off the circuit like he has in the past. And it's probably more of a mature drive from Jeff than what we've seen in the past. But Warren Steele closing right up and braking, and this is getting very close. There's Phil Henley, third in the blue Nissan Bluebird, 2 litres.
Looking decidedly second-hand.
Yes, he won't be very happy about that, and he'll also be worried about the handling of the motor car. It is sliding around a bit, and the air dam being broken also affects the aerodynamics of this car like it does on single-seaters.
It's going to make a big difference, the air running over the front of that thing with a big brake in it. Just having a look as he comes past. I think he's doing remarkably well to stay where he is, and actually closing on that last lap just slightly on Warren Steele.
Yeah, it's a great shame because Phil Henley was a potential race winner. In dry and practice, he's been right at the front. Because it's an older model motor car, it doesn't get quite the handicapping advantages in terms of chokes and weights that the Mazda RX-7s have. But Warren Steele closing right up on Jeff Burrows and about to take the lead down the back straight in a 1600cc car against a 2.3-litre Mazda. These two are owned by the same man and from the same team, so they're having a great battle.
Warren Steele in the lead now from Jeff Burrows. Henley still in third.
Warren Steele was the champion last year in Phil Henley's car, so he's got all the driving skills that we need.
Reg, look at how much Henley has caught up.
Yes, Phil's car, as I said, was the championship winning car. It wasn't handling properly, and but now he's when I say mucked around, he's played around with the springs and shocks, and it's obviously going a lot better. But Warren Steele blowing smoke, so we hope he finishes the race without any trouble.
Saw definitely blue smoke coming out of the back of Warren Steele's car. Jeff Burrows keeping him in sight, but Phil Henley closing very, very quickly indeed after that incident. He recovered so fast.
Yes, they're obviously doing quick times for the Sunny and the Bluebird to be as close to the Mazda as they are, because in private testing the Mazda has been going very, very quickly.
Let's have a look at Warren Steele at the end of the straight and just see if that smoke's getting any worse.
Warren Steele's car is 1600 cc's, weighs about 1700 pounds. Jeff Burrows in the car, second year picture, the Mazda RX-7 is 2.3 litres, and the car in third spade, Phil Henley, is 2000 cc, so you've got all different size engines competing closely in a race.
Burrows trying to have a go again at Warren Steele. Steele trying to hold him out, but I wonder how long that engine's going to last.
Warren Steele's fairly crafty. He'll have all the inside lines. He'll be blocking out Jeff Burrows. Jeff Burrows won't get down the inside of Warren Steele.
Meanwhile, Phil Henley still closing in third place, doing amazingly well in that damaged car with the aerodynamics obviously not at optimum performance.
Warren Steele has said, all the racecraft. He hit Phil Henley under braking when they had that accident situation. Not scared to get in a bun fight, and he'll come out fighting in this race. And Jeff Burrows is going to have a problem getting past because Warren Steele will use all the circuit.
Jeff Burrows obviously doesn't have enough horsepower to do it in a clean manoeuvre. He's got to get close enough and either outbrake him or do it slipping down the inside into a corner. But Phil Henley closing on the two of them in third place. Burrows trying to have another go.
Well, Jeff Burrows is trying to slipstream Warren Steele and is managing to do so, but it's still fairly close down the back straight. Warren Steele managing to get the best under braking. He's working very hard. He's in 5th gear, he's come right down into 2nd gear in the hairpin, takes off, changing up. Both drivers working very hard in a close dicing situation. Jeff Burrows is trying to suss out a way to pass Warren Steele, but at the moment I think his best place is going to be down the back straight under power. But
he's poking a lot more blue smoke now, Reg.
Yes, I think Warren Steele will be looking at his oil pressure gauge shortly if he keeps burning that much oil.
It seems to be only at one place in the circuit.
Probably oil surge, I think, Tony, from going around the corner after the hairpin. Warren Steele still in the lead.
4 laps to go. Will the car last? And will he stay there with Jeff Burrows snapping at his heels still, trying to slipstream him down the back straight, trying to have a go at passing him, hasn't been able to do it yet.
This is a very close motor race with Warren Steele in the lead in the 1600 Sunny. Jeff Burrows in his 2.3 Mazda sitting there poised to get the better down the back straight under power if he can, with Phil Henley in 3rd closing right in. It's still anybody's race, and I put my money on Warren Steele at the moment because he's the past champion and a better driver, not making mistakes under pressure. That's the way I see it.
Let's have a look again as they come round the same corner and see if the same amount of blue smoke is coming from Warren Steele's car. Number 3 in the lead there.
He's got oil surge of some sort there blowing out. I don't think they'll bring out the black flag for him because by the time the flag marshals find out, it'll be too late.
Just looking at a couple of drivers who've gone round there. Martin Napier is one of them.
They're coming up to left back markers now, and that'll make it a bit difficult for Jeff Burrows to get through. Warren Steele shouldn't have a problem with a smaller motor car, and the little 1600 Sunny is probably out-handles the Mazda in a tight situation.
Onto the back straight again. Steele. Burrows not close enough to him to do anything about it at this stage. Trying to get a tow from him, but that camera angle is deceptive. Have a look if he hops out of the slipstream and tries to get past at the end of the straight.
Notice Warren Steele moving over on him, making it so that he couldn't get past easy. Warren Steele will take a fuller road. Jeff Burrows has got a problem ahead of him.
Warren Steele getting the best line into the hairpin and out again, still ahead. Phil Henley closing on them still. I don't think he's got enough of the race left to do it, and the car obviously not handling to optimum performance. But that was an amazing drive back after the incident at the hairpin to get up to that 3rd position and to close in on Warren Steele and Jeff Burrows as quickly as he did.
It's also a credit to Warren Steele. On Friday, they were still putting pistons in the engine from having a problem at Bay Park, and he didn't really practice properly, and he's never driven a car much before, so Warren Steele doing exceptionally well with 2 laps to go, leading the race.
Taking a very tight line and champion.
Yeah, Warren he's a good blocker. He'll keep everybody behind him.
One of the places where you can have a go at a passing manoeuvre at the end of the front straight into the champion curve. A very difficult corner to get right. Warren Steele just sticking it in right on the inside there, giving Burrows no space at all.
Jeff Burrows getting a good tow down the back straight, taking the lead, and with a superior top speed from getting out of the previous corner railway properly, and Warren Steele being left behind now.
Burrows ahead of Steele. Have a look as they approach the hairpin.
Steele closing right up under braking. 1.5 laps to go.
And I think getting better drive out of that hairpin. Phil Henley closing up on them both. Obviously braked very late.
Phil used to drive a 1600 120Y and was always competitive, but right at the front. And with this new car that he got during the off-season, he's proved himself a competitive and front runner.
I think Warren Steele might have just dropped a little in horsepower because the way Jeff Burrows has been able to get past him and pull away, and now Henley going past him for 2nd place. Obviously a problem with Warren Steele's car.
A great shape for Warren. He's done a lot of work in the last 2 days to get here, but obviously something's gone wrong, and he's be lucky at the way he's going if we see him finish the race. Yes, Phil Henley's gone off, and his 2nd place position has now gone back to Warren Steele, so it's all changing. Jeff Burrows out in the lead with half a lap to go. Warren Steele is soldiering on with an engine problem in 2nd. Phil Henley, who was driving exceptionally well, has spun off at the railway. And Warren Steele's got his hand up, so at this stage it's going to be a back marker who comes 2nd for the 3 fortuitous win for Jeff Burrows, the leader in the championship, who will be a hard man to beat in the races to follow in the next few weeks.
Second and third to him overall were Kieran Wills and Phil Henley. Well, Henley's out and Kieran Wills is down the road, so it looks like an enormous points advantage going to Jeff Burrows.